Come, let us chant and meditate like a goddess. That appears to be the wrong page. Let's try that again. Okay, much better. Whoops, no, I pushed the wrong button. That's on me. Much better. Okay, here we go. Let's chant. Let us make the most of this precious opportunity by vulnerably noticing interdependent stress and exploring its impermanence. Let us make the most of this precious opportunity by vulnerably noticing interdependent stress and by vulnerably noticing interdependent stress and exploring its impermanence. So this is a great opportunity for a quick edit. I'm going to hit cut and paste. And let's hit cut and paste again. One more repetition. Let us make the most of this precious opportunity by vulnerably noticing interdependent stress and exploring its impermanence. Oh, okay. All I have and crave I give to all. All I have and crave I give to all. All I have and crave I give to all. This is a fun way of acknowledging desires and using them to strengthen our neural pathways responsible for empathy. We now perform our first contemplation of energy work. Welcome to Tikle's Calling the Lama from Afar, known in Tibet as Lama Kyano. Lama, come to this crown. Lama, come to this crown. Lama, come to this crown. So the statue represents us, and the red Buddha represents either the teachings or our teacher, whichever we feel most comfortable with. So let's spend a moment or two meditating now. Meditation is easy. As we breathe in, silently and mentally recite the verb watch. As we breathe out, silently and mentally recite the verb rest. The whole process is rather passive. We're just cooperating with our autonomic nervous system. The moment you have a specific question about Buddhist philosophy or meditation, do not hesitate to type your question in great detail in the chat window, for I tend to check for questions about once every 5 minutes or so. If you, like me, are prone to arthritis, your joints might thank you if every 15 minutes or so you gently adjusted your legs. Dante, you ask a very good question. So, Lama Kienno is different than Lama Naljor. Lama Naljor is dealing with the mind, and Lama Kienno is dealing with the crown of the head. So, since this is Dzogchen, we are practicing very passively. All we have to actively do is chant the couplet, Lama come to this crown, 3 times, and then we're done with it. And then we just sit and we watch and we rest. And that's it. It's passive. We don't tell our body what to do. We just watch it and relax. That's the quick path to great awareness. Garab Dorje once quipped that the path is simple. That's what makes it difficult. What he was inferring was that we have been conditioned to be fearful and controlling and rigid. And when someone asks us not to be controlling but laid back, and not to be rigid but flexible, and not to be fearful but just loving, it's uncomfortable. Of course, we can watch that discomfort as we breathe in and silently and mentally recite the verb watch, and we can relax into the empty nature of that discomfort as we silently and mentally recite the verb rest during our exhalation. In every sect of Tibetan Buddhism, when it comes to energy work, there is crown work and there is chest work. In every sadhana, even in the secular Lom Rim work, there's still Lama Kienno for the crown and then Tonglen for the heart. That's Dante, you've asked another very good question. No. If one's teacher takes anxiety as their North Star, then they will have you actively visualize all sorts of things. If one's teacher takes empathy as their North Star, then they will give you a practice that is as powerful and quick as it is easy. All we have to do is chant. So I'm going to quick like a bunny. I'm going to tap button 9, bring you back to that chant so you'll have a better idea of what I'm trying to talk about. Let's see. So Tara represents us, the meditator. Amitabha represents either the teacher or the teachings, whichever you feel most comfortable with. There is no active belief. There is no active visualization. All we're doing is chanting these 2 lines, this couplet, 3 times. Lama, come to this crown. Lama, come to this crown. Lama, come to this crown. Over the years, I've received many teachings of energy work, and they all say the same thing. Energy follows intention, and intention follows words. Simply by chanting, we've done all we need to do. And now all we do is watch and rest. Allow me to remind you of one of my favorite Einstein quotes, and I paraphrase. Any educated idiot can make things more complicated, more difficult, and even more violent. But it takes a lot of courage and a little bit of genius to move in the opposite direction. Fools will always make it difficult. They will always protract the path and call it gradual. But the Buddha, in all his greatest Mahasiddhas, taught an easy path, a quick path, a sudden path, a path that could be mastered in as little as 7 days. Let us chant an explanation of this 10-syllable mantra. Umamachatara, the swift and courageous, you drive away all fears with Tutare. Heroine fulfilling all aims with duty with a suitable soha may all be as beneficial as you. So we come now to our first set of 4 toe calls. The first set of toe calls is all about the ultimate. We shall begin with the circumstantial. Please chant with me. As we relax into our exhalation, circumstances or lots that we saw during our previous inhalation could feel as non-graspable or void as or Buddha's real or imagined paradise, pure land or vati of light. That was a mouthful. We're now going to silently and mentally recite the 6-syllable synopsis during our inhalation and during our exhalation. Void is just a metaphor. As we relax into our exhalation, whatever circumstance we saw during our previous inhalation can feel as if it was as non-graspable as a real or imagined paradise comprised only of light. During our inhalation, we will repeat the entirety of the 6-syllable synopsis. During our exhalation, we will physically relax as best we can while striving to chant 4 repetitions of this 10-syllable mantra per breath. Om Tare Du Nare Du Re Soha. 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 Let's turn the channel from the circumstantial to the physical together. As we relax into our exhalation, the body or form that we felt during our previous inhalation could feel as non-graspable or void as an archetype of enlightenment or yidam of light. It is not our job to believe. It is not our job to reason. It is not our job to visualize. If we silently and mentally recite these words in harmony with our inhalation and our exhalation, then an increase of wisdom becomes an inevitability. Om Tare Du Nare Du Re Soha. 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 As we relax into our exhalation, all the communication that we had during our previous inhalation could feel as non-graspable or void as or Buddha's real or imagined speech or horizontal mantra rosary of light. Om Tare Du Nani Nuri Suha. 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 As we relax into our exhalation, all perception, emotion, intention, cognition, recollection, or imagination that we noticed during our previous inhalation could feel as non-graspable or void as a Buddha's real or imagined seed settable Tamo Bisha of light. Bija is just the Sanskrit word for seed. Om Tare Du Nare Nuri Suha. 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 And now, Dante, it's time for Lama knowledge, or it's time for blending with the teacher's mind. Same basic idea. The statue represents us. And the red Buddha represents either our teacher or the teachings, whichever you feel most comfortable with. Together, let us chant the couplet. Remember, our job is neither to believe nor to visualize. Our job is simply to easy does it. Just passively recite these words and let them roll over you like water in the shower after a hard day's work. Lama blend with this mind. Lama blend with this mind. Lama blend with this mind. Don't be shy. The moment you have a specific question about Buddhist meditation or philosophy, do not hesitate to type your question in great detail in the chat window. The most efficient way to practice mindfulness, which is simply noticing mind's antics, is to silently and mentally recite the verb watch during each inhalation. The most efficient way to practice meditation, which is nothing other than merely relaxing into mind's non-graspable nature, is to silently and mentally recite the verb rest during each exhalation. It's just that simple. Anyone who tells you it's more difficult is trying to sell you something. If you've just joined us, we shall review the explanation for this 10-syllable mantra, inspired by the teachings of great Bengali Pandita Atisha Srijana Dipankara. O Mama Jandara, the swift and courageous, you drive away all fears with two toddy. Heroine fulfilling always with today with a syllable, so how may all be as beneficial as you. We come to the second set of toe calls. This pertains to love and letting go. May all minds of all beings know me as joyfully enlightened as the mind of a real or imagined Buddha, symbolized by a bija, one syllable seed mantra tamorti clay drop. So it's not our job to visualize, it's not our job to believe. All we do is coordinate the silent recitation of this line with our inhalation and this line with our exhalation. We cannot help but exercise our neural pathways responsible for empathy. Om Dare Du Dare Du Re Soha. 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 May all relationships, communication, or speech of all beings know me as peacefully loving as a real or imagined Buddha speech or communication symbolized by this horizontal 10-syllable mantra. Om Dare Du Dare Du Re Soha. 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 May all bodies or forms of all beings now enjoy the beautiful, healthy, depicted in Buddhist statuary of the blissful body of a Devi or Yatam and archetype of enlightenment such as Green Tara. Om Dare Du Dare Du Re Soha. 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 May all circumstances or lots of all beings now have the safety, good fortune, or boon. As a Buddha's real or imagined paradise, per land of Vati. Om Dadidu Dadidu Risawa. Om Dadidu Dadidu Risawa. Om Dadidu Dadidu Risawa. Om Dadidu Dadidu Risawa. In our compassion may we long to free all beings from the toxic tyranny of ever. Hating, craving, and clinging, metaphorically known as the three mental poisons. In all pragmatism may all liberation take two. In our pragmatism, may our liberation of all others be fueled by following the Buddha's example, applying his instructions, and cooperating with his students. Described by the metaphor of the three wish-fulfilling jewels. Having sat for the better part of an hour, we might find it invigorating to conversationally recite the 8-syllable synopsis of that which we just chanted while performing a Tibetan-inspired Buddha bowing. This is completely optional.
Woof. Here we go.
Okay. Whew. Oh, yes, that would be nice. May we bring it on through the three jewels. May we free all through the three jewels. May we free all through the Read Jules.
Oh boy.
Let us conclude this evening's practice by chanting the wishes for the preservation of the Buddha's teachings. May each meditation teacher truly understand the Buddha's teachings and practice master as well as teach him generously, lovingly, and wisely in the manner of centered spontaneity. May each meditation teacher spontaneously receive generous patrons, enthusiastic students, as well as devoted apprentices. And thus may many Dharma centers be successfully planted, nurtured, and supported. You have taken your first step into a much larger world. If you feel that I have earned it, you could give this live stream a thumbs up. You could even help support this channel. In approximately 11 hours, I would very much like to return to lead tomorrow's morning meditation class and group practice. And if you are as geeky as me, may the Force be with you always.